Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome to another Motivational Monday here at Unfeigned Faith Ministries. My name is Deacon Irons. We're led by our wonderful minister, Minister Lee Rodman, and of course, our fantastic First Lady, Minister Lakeisha Rodman. I want to welcome each and every one of you for joining me today. And I just want to say what a fantastic day it has been today. It's Monday, the start of the wonderful new work week. And I hope y'all had a good day today. Uh, I just want to touch real quick on the message that was the word that was presented yesterday, and just remind us of the value that we are. Minister Rodman, I hope he continues, has part two of this, because that was truly a wonderful message to remind us all of our value, our worth in life. Today's society has really placed a value on a lot of monetary items, right? And people think, if you have money, you're valuable. If you have houses, cars, you're valuable. But nobody really focuses on the Christian side of value and how God values us as Christian. Matthew 10 discussed when he was talking to his disciples and everything else, and he got down to verse 31 where it says, paraphrasing, it said, "Well, you all are more valuable than sparrows, the birds that fly in the sky." We need to remind ourselves and remind each other that yes, while earthly material things are good, right? They're good. But those are going to pass away, and our spirit's still going to continue on. So we have to think about our spiritual value in life. How valuable are you spiritually in this walk, and what the things that you're doing, right? Yes, we are going to we're going to come up against trials and tribulations and stuff, but that doesn't diminish your value. You don't have to be an apostle, bishop, a deacon, or a usher, or someone, or some title to say that you're valuable. God created you for just the way He wanted you, and He needed you, right? So you're still valuable. Don't let others diminish your value in society. Don't let others talk you down of your value, right? And what you're worth. God said you are valuable. That's the only word that you really need to listen to. That's the only person whose truly spoken word should be meaningful to you. We all get we get down and depressed when we hear people say something bad about us or talk bad about us. Why is that? Why does that matter, right? It's always going to be that way. When we turn to Christ and Christ accepts us as His sons and daughters, His brothers and sisters, it's just I just cannot stress it enough. Based on that reminder, that message that Minister Robin spoke yesterday, that we should not diminish our value as Christians. Yes, you may not be able to offer, hundreds of dollars in tithes. What about your time? What about your volunteering? What about the works that you are doing for Christ? That is valuable, right? Are you spending time out in the public helping the homeless, the disenfranchised, whatever it may be? How are you spending your time to show your value to Christ? So for this week's motivation, I'm going to remind you of how valuable you are, and the things that just you need to do as a Christian to continue to show your value. Don't let others diminish your value. Again, you don't have to be, the what's the phrase they call the holiest of holies, right? So again, this week's motivation, just a reminder, and I'm going to tell you, just like Minister Robin said yesterday, you are worth more than you believe that you are worth, because Christ said so. Okay. So this week, remember how valuable you are to yourself, to Christians, and just keep in mind, and just read Matthew 10. Always go back and read the scriptures. I know I do it because I want to get that full scope. So read Matthew 10. Matthew 10. Actually, it's coming out. Matthew 10, and then just rewatch what Minister Rahman spoke about yesterday, and I hope he brings a part two. Hint, hint, a part two to continue that wonderful conversation, because in today's world, I think we just forget sometimes what we are worth and what the things that we can do as Christians. Amen. So go read Matthew 10, remember your value, and remind others, especially as Christians, remind others when you're speaking to them, if they're talking about they're not worth anything, or they may be down, or they may be depressed, or they go through something, engage them in these conversations and just remind them about things. Okay, remind them that they are valuable, especially for those who are going through. Uh, I know when it comes to relationships, a lot of people their mindset is different, but just remind them that they are important and they're valuable. Amen. So again, my name is Deacon Irons here at Unfeigned Faith Ministries, where we never like to leave you nor depart your sight without always encouraging and reminding you that yes, you are a valuable person in the eyes of Christ, and that's the only person whose true word should really be matter to you. Amen. Next, until next time, hold on to your faith, and you all have a